I'm Alex Lewis, and you're listening to Taiwan Talk. Taiwan's local elections are coming up this Saturday, November 24th. Along with voting for everything from magistrates and mayors to city and county councilors, 10 referendums will be put to the people for a vote. With me today to discuss the referendums are students from National Taiwan University. They are from the Taiwan Youth Association for Democracy, TYAD, an official youth organization founded in 2018 and registered under the Ministry of the Interior, ROC. They aim at strengthening the youth participation in democracy and improving the public policymaking in Taiwan. TYAD are looking to cultivate a mature and rational civil society, and thus enhances the democracy in Taiwan. Let's first introduce the four students.
So hello, I'm Stephen. I'm from the National Taiwan University's major in the Foreign Language and Literature department.
Hello, I'm Coco, and I'm studying National Taiwan University. I'm majoring in sociology in fourth grade.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sababa, and I'm the student from National Taiwan University, major in Political Science, International Relations Department.
Hello everyone, I'm also studying in National Taiwan University. I'm now majoring in sociology. And my name is Elvin, and I'm also now the Secretary Director of the Taiwan Youth Democracy Association.
As you all know, there are 10 referendums, questions posed to the voters on November 24th. How familiar are you with them? And do you find the wording or the concepts of the questions hard to understand? And what do you think about how hard they could be to understand for the general public?
Personally, I have read through all of these referendum wording. Some of them are really difficult to learn, especially for normal people. But there's also a lot of media. They try to simplify this wording into do you agree or do you disagree about something, which can be like just within 10 words. So even though the original wording is difficult, many NGO or some group on the internet, they will try to make it easier for normal people.
When they try to make it easier, do you think they put a spin to it, or do they actually make it easier to understand?
Honestly speaking, some of them try to put some political into it and try to persuade people who are not well educated or people who can only read the easy sentence.
Has anybody else got the referendum questions and have any thoughts on them?
I think it depends on how different NGOs and different groups of people, they try to understand these questions shown on the referendum. And it also depends on the education level. Some of them find it easier to understand these words because they have participating in higher education, obviously. But most of the people in Taiwan, they find it rather difficult to understand all questions, especially it's related to law, it's much related to more complicated issues.
Okay, which questions do you think are the most complicated? Sababa?
I think 16, because it related to a lot of profession, and you need to know information about nuclear power. So I think even though the wording is not difficult, but if you really want to know deeper into this issue, it requires a lot of expertise and profession.
Just so everyone can follow along, the 16th referendum that Sababa refers to is this. Do you agree to abolish Section 1 of Article 95 of the Electricity Act, which states that all nuclear energy-based power generating facilities shall cease to operate by 2025? So how do you think people will vote in the upcoming referendums, just based on your everyday interactions with people in your life or otherwise?
Still not very sure. The topics are often involved with the big social structure that normal people would not learn in school. So when we talk about the topics of the referendum, just like Sababa have said, we often simplify the topics like the gay marriage ones. In the past, we talk about the laws, we talk about our constitution, but now we often talk about the stories of gay people, of the equality in America, in other countries, to make people easier to understand the concept.
I will always discuss this about the 10th referendum with my family or with my friends. However, I still heard about a lot of different voices about or different comments about 10 referendums. So I still have tried to understand more, but as my perspective, I think that although the media is already trying to let the people get more understand about 10 referendum, still many people think that it is not enough educated from the media that they still didn't understand about the 10 referendums. So I think the most important thing to do now is I think the government or the media should give more knowledge or should give more education for the people to let them understand more about the 10 referendum.
What are your thoughts on allowing 18-year-olds and up to vote on the referendums but not have a say in electing mayors and magistrates?
So it's still injustice to the young people aged 18 to 20.
I think that it is progress for us to revise the voting age. However, we can just Google it and found out that nowadays most of the democratic countries are already lowering their voting rate to 18 years old, except Taiwan. So that makes us the last country to lower the voting rate. So I think that many people will say that the 18-year-old people couldn't decide the government, so they shouldn't have the voting right. However, I think that is not the age problem. It's about the educational problem. And the 18-year-old people have to take the responsibility for the crime they commit. However, they couldn't have the right to choose the government in Taiwan. So I think we're not asking for the privilege of voting. We're asking for the right we deserve to have.
The threshold to pass a referendum has dropped to just a quarter of the eligible voters from half. So the influx of young people into the voting process, along with the lower threshold, means there is potential for the younger generation to really impact society through their vote in the referendums. So do you think young people will turn out in force? And what does that mean for the hot-button topic of same-sex marriage?
I think thanks to the media and people's exposure to Facebook or other social media, so not only teenagers are more enthusiastic about politics, also elder or people age range from 40 to 60. Because 5 years ago, because teenagers, we can use Facebook more than those people. So back to 2014, after Sunflower movement, teenagers started to engage positively in the politics. But this year, I know a lot of my family members and other elders, they try to connect each other through Facebook or other social media groups. So I think the election this year, the participation rate is higher, I think.
And that's because of just more engagement on all levels of society, you're saying?
Yep. And thanks to social media.
I think as for this issue, we are definitely at this moment at the crossroads that I think the younger generation will indeed, in the end, have a higher turnout in terms of voting, especially for these issues. I think the issue related to the same-sex marriage or the gay marriage, so to say, it's more or less related to the intergeneral issues in which we, the younger generation, have the responsibility to persuade or to deliver our message clearly and concisely to the older generation, to let them know many, many years ago they were still young and they are fighting for their own rights. And I think this is the right time for us to reclaim our thoughts again, that we are here at this moment also clarifying and also trying to claim our rights again. So I think it's really important for us to stand out this time and to vote for the right decision.
What would the right decision be?
To be standing on the side on the same-sex marriage to be passed.
Have you seen a lot of any young people against gay equality or gay marriage? Is there a big contention in that, or are they very vocal?
I think one way or another, we might encounter someone on the street against this issue, obviously, but we can't really affect too much or try to change too much. All we can do at this moment is to try to persuade and try to not to educate, because educate seems like you are putting yourself a bit higher than the other people. But I think at this moment we are trying to deliver our message once again clear and concise, so let them know that this is also the rights that we have to pursue this time, and we shouldn't be afraid, and we shouldn't be too mentally backwards as for this issue.
And how are you delivering this message?
I'm now tutoring some senior high school student in English, and after the class, they will ask me about this kind of topic. For them, they will always ask some specific question, like when this same-sex marriage passes, then how can we call our parents or something? There's a lot of the sentence or some wording from the Happy Next Generation. I don't know that. Yeah, the opposite group. So in this occasion, I think it's better to just tell them what you know about it. It's like, on this issue, what should we call our parent? I would say the name of your parents, or how do you call them? It will change. It will evolve as the civilization progress.
So they're like focusing on what would they call two dads or something, or two moms?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I want to tell them is that we need to focus on the future, or we need to evolve as the society goes. And the main difficulty is that people on our side, or people advocate for same-sex marriage, when they are encounter the opposite people, when they are persuading others, they are not trying to persuade. They are trying to teach them, educate them. So the attitude will decide a lot of things. On the other hand, if you try to just talk to them, chat with them, and even listen to their ideas and try to help them to go out, to walk out of those contradicts or a lot of questions they are strangled with, then from time to time they can understand. And I think that is the responsibility of people like us. We can call us we're educated, or we have go to college, because we know both side idea, so that we can help them go out from their idea. But for them, they don't know so-called progressive value, so that it's impossible for them to imagine something that they never think about it.
Yeah. So instead of preaching, you want to lead them to the light instead of just preaching to the. Yeah. Okay.
And you don't need to treat them as enemy. They are not. They are just the civilian like us. Yeah. So the attitude is really important.
That's it for Taiwan Talk. A big thank you to the NTU students and the members of the Taiwan Youth Association for Democracy for coming on the show and advocating for less polarizing political discourse and having a generally optimistic view on society in the upcoming elections on November 24th. Go out and vote this Saturday. I'm Alex Lewis.